Hello, hello. Are we here? Did we make it? If you can hear me and see me, let me know in the chat. Tell me how you're doing this morning. Um, this was a bit of a challenge getting here today. So if you are actually here, let me know um, so that I don't just talk to myself into the void for several minutes. Um, okay, let's see. Oh, yay, we are here. Hey, Gunica. Hi, Mrs. Savage. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, Valerie. Oh, man, it was a journey to get to this place this morning. We really struggled. I don't know. Maybe, Miss Savage, maybe it's your fault. When you're here, we can't start on time. um, Morning, Mrs. Garcia. Yeah, it was a challenge today. I tried to get set up and it it set me in the smile for a thumbnail step for I don't know a long time. And so I restarted and then I got through that step and I could see the chat and like I thought we were going. I could see the chat. I could see you guys saying hi, but on my screen it just said like going live and the spinning. So there you go. Good morning, Cindy. But we're here. We finally made it. Yeah, Mrs. Savage, exactly. If you're consistently late, then I will always be able to start on time. Yeah, it's weird. We only have a few more of these, and then we're gonna be done for the summer. Crazy. I was thinking about it today. That I started these, I think, on March 18th or 19th. So I've officially been doing these videos every day, every weekday for like 2 months. Sort of crazy. Yeah, I was especially thinking about it when thinking about how many books I have recommended during this time and how I'm so running out of books to recommend. Um, Partly just because there's only so many that I have as physical copies, and then once I sort of ran out of physical copies, I tried to only get ones that you all could find really easily on Hoopla. I'm sort of running out of those too. So I might have to, for the next few days, pick up some um, that you can find in other places, maybe on Overdrive or other like free library services. Because I want you to be able to actually read some of these books. Hey, Dad. Yeah, you missed sort of the the saga there that we had some technical difficulties this morning. When I wasn't on right away, my dad texted me and asked me if we were doing YouTube this morning. So there you go. He would never admit to this, but Dad's my number one fan. If you ask him though, he would say that I'm not even his favorite daughter, which is particularly insulting because I'm an only child. But that's all talk. Really. My dad thinks I'm pretty cool. Dad language. All right. I just got to finish putting all of these links in the chat today. Seniors, I have a special link for you in your announcement. Um, Mr. Shapsis is holding a senior like party today. They're doing a Hamlet watch party. So I actually think it's already started. I'm gonna give you the link if you want to head out of here and go watch Hamlet with Mr. Shapsis and all the seniors. That would be perfectly fine with me. I don't know what version of Hamlet they're watching, but I know that the regular English 12 classes have been studying Hamlet. But I think it's super cool. As soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go into the watch party for a few minutes. Get to watch some Hamlet. Oh goodness. Oh gosh. Oh no. Now my parents are fighting over who's the number one fan in the chat. That's pretty good. You know, Dad, I really can't blame you there. Tiffany really is the better daughter. I don't think that the dead pet is better than me. And they do not currently have any dead pets. Ask about the garden though, or the farm as we call it. That might be better than me. Wait, where did the Team Feinstein come from? Oh, is it because I talked about Shapsis's watch party? So everyone knows that I am team both, team be friends. But I don't see Feinstein watching Shakespeare. So I don't know. No, I'm mostly just kidding. Really. Let's all just be friends. Can't we all just get along? All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, I think we can jump into poem and book for the day. Let me see if I can get everything sort of set up. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh, Savage, you don't see Shapsis ever. I mean, I do. I see them all the time. I see them both all the time. Hence, team both. Miss Garcia, I think I was trying to say that they do not have any current pets, any alive pets. They do have dead pets though, because of how you are correct that once you have died, you are died forever. Okay, I'm gonna get started because we've so far derailed over here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read this poem. It is called "All You Who Sleep Tonight" by Vikram Seth. Okay. All you who sleep tonight. All you who sleep tonight, far from the ones you love, no hand to left or right and emptiness above. Know that you aren't alone. The whole world shares your tears. Some for 2 nights or 1, and some for all their years. I don't know. I got this poem today, and it just really stood out to me. Oh goodness. Oh man, the chat is hilarious right now. It has turned into, I don't know where any of the students have gone. It's just me and the adults. I love it. Mrs. Savage, you were correct. Small children do make social gatherings difficult. Um, of course, IC shops this all the time in collaboration. Dad, I don't know that I regret giving you the link yet, but maybe. It feels like you're on that path. Um, so I just really liked this poem, "All You Who Sleep Tonight," because I think a lot of us right now, as we're in quarantine, as we're dealing with social distancing, are starting to feel isolated and lonely. And I feel like this poem addresses that in a really interesting way. Um, know that you aren't alone. The whole world shares your tears. Um, also, like that, it seems to remind us that it's not necessarily all in that moment. That some people um, feel this sort of loneliness um, for just a little bit of time. Some of us feel it for all their years, right? As it says in the poem. And I just think it's really interesting to have that be the message that's brought up here. Um, I've been thinking about it a lot as we've been going through uh, all of this, the quarantine, the um, distance learning. That while a lot of us have now been really bringing up um, sort of the loneliness and the isolation, that in a lot of ways we're all feeling that together right now because of quarantine, that there are people who have been feeling it for much longer, and that's gone unnoticed. And I liked this poem for bringing that to light. I thought that that was a really interesting um, take on it. Yeah. So there you go. Okay. Um, all right. I'm going to go ahead and do the book talk. And the book that I'm going to share with you today is called Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. So Dan Brown is better known for his most famous book is The Da Vinci Code, um, which I also really like and really recommend. But again, I'm trying to find ones that are available on Hoopla for free. And this one, Angels and Demons, is interesting. It's technically a prologue to the Da Vinci Code. It has the same protagonist, um, Robert Langdon. Wait, Miss Garcia, what? What did I do? Do you not like this one? Stop. Miss Garcia, get out of my brain. Miss Garcia is gonna recommend this exact same book later today. Well, I mean, good news, Miss Garcia. We have pretty different audiences here. Um, so now more people will get to hear about this book. So Angels and Demons is the same protagonist as the Da Vinci Code, and it's technically a prequel. Um, it was written first, it was published first, um, and in a lot of ways really similar, but you don't actually have to read them in any order. I'm pretty sure I read The Da Vinci Code first and then Angels and Demons, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're really not sequential, like a typical series. It's just the same protagonist, sort of doing a lot of the same things. Um, so, Angels and Demons follows Robert Langdon, and he Uh, the novel starts with him being pulled to a Swiss research facility to analyze a cryptic symbol. that was burned into the chest of somebody who's been murdered, a man who is a physicist. And Robert Langdon's job is a symbologist, right? He studies symbols and understands them, and that's supposed to be his job, and that's sort of why he gets pulled into all of these sort of crazy things. And what he finds is, I don't know. I'm gonna read this part from the synopsis because I think it is written in a really interesting way, that sort of brings out the drama of the books. So, what he discovers is unimaginable: a deadly vendetta against the Catholic Church by a centuries old underground organization, the Illuminati. Desperate to save the Vatican from a powerful time bomb, Langdon joins forces in Rome with the beautiful and mysterious scientist Vittoria Vetra. Together, they embark on a frantic hunt through sealed crypts, dangerous catacombs, deserted cathedrals, and the most secretive vault on the earth, the long-forgotten Illuminati lair. So Illuminati became sort of a big part of the cultural conversation a couple years ago. Um, for those of you who are in my Honors 10 class or remember this lesson, there's a whole day where we did the rule of threes when we were studying the monkey's paw. And several years ago, uh, as we were doing that lesson, students would come up with the fact that a triangle has 3 points. And as we found out all of the rule of threes, that pattern throughout time, space, and history, it was big to yell out, "Illuminati! It's all a conspiracy!" And that was fun. But this book really brings that to light, and it definitely came before teenagers were yelling at me about Illuminati. It was published, I think, in 2003. I may be right about that. And it really is an interesting, fun, exciting book. So it was published in 2000, in the year 2000. I'm not great at remembering the differences between these books. I've read a few Dan Brown books, but I do remember thinking when I read this one that I actually liked it better than the Da Vinci Code. It is exciting. It's super fast paced. It's a little complicated to keep things straight in your head, to make sure that you're understanding all of it, but it is really fun, right? When you see all the pieces come together, it's really interesting. And there's some really cool things in this book about the way things are written, an upside down, right side up situation, which is really fun. So I'm going to read a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and read from the prologue. So, physicist Leonardo Vetra smelled burning flesh, and he knew it was his own. He stared up in terror at the dark figure looming over him. "What do you want?" I forget how much of the beginning here is in Italian. My Italian is not so good. La chiave, the raspy voice replied, "the password." "But I don't." The intruder pressed down again, grinding the white-hot object deeper into Vetra's chest. There was the hiss of broiling flesh. Vetra cried out in agony, "There is no password!" He felt himself drifting towards unconsciousness. The figure glared. "No avevo paura." I was afraid of that. Vetra fought to keep his senses, but the darkness was closing in. His only solace was knowing his attacker would never obtain what he came for. A moment later, however, the figure produced a blade and brought it to Vetra's face. The blade hovered, carefully, surgically. "For the love of God!" Vetra screamed, but it was too late. Chapter 1. High atop the steps of the Pyramid of Giza, a young woman laughed and called down to him, Robert, hurry up! I knew I should have married a younger man. Her smile was magic. He struggled to keep up, but his legs felt like stone. Wait, he begged, please. As he climbed, his vision began to blur. There was thundering in his ears. I must reach her. But when he looked up again, the woman had disappeared. In her place stood an old man with rotting teeth. The man stared down, curling his lips into a lonely grimace. Then he let out a scream of anguish that resounded across the desert. Robert Langdon awoke with a start from his nightmare. The phone beside his bed was ringing. Dazed, he picked up the receiver. Hello? I'm looking for Robert Langdon, a man's voice said. Langdon sat up in an empty bed and tried to clear his mind. This is Robert Langdon? He squinted at his digital clock. It was 5:18 a.m. I must see you immediately. Who is this? My name is Maximilian Kohler. I'm a discrete particle physicist. A what? Langdon could barely focus. Are you sure you've got the right Langdon? You're a professor of religious iconology. Oh, no. Let's try that again. You're a professor of religious iconology at Harvard University. You've written 3 books on symbology, and do you know what time it is? I apologize. I have something you need to see. I can't discuss it on the phone. A knowing groan escaped Langdon's lips. This had happened before. One of the perils of writing books about religious symbology was calls from religious zealots who wanted to confirm their latest signs from God. Last month, a stripper from Oklahoma had promised Langdon the best sex of his life if he would have flown down and verify the authenticity of a cruciform that had magically appeared on her bedsheets. The Shroud of Tulsa, Langdon had called it. How did you get my number? Langdon tried to be polite despite the hour. On the World Wide Web, the site for your book. Langdon frowned. He was sure his book site did not include his home phone number. The man was obviously lying. I need to see you, the caller insisted. I'll pay you well. Now Langdon was getting mad. I'm sorry, but if you leave immediately, you can be here by, I'm not going anywhere. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Langdon hung up and collapsed back in bed. He closed his eyes and tried to fall back asleep, but it was no use. The dream was emblazoned in his mind. Reluctantly, he put on his robe and went downstairs. So that's where I'll stop. So like I said, it's a really fun mystery adventure book, fast-paced, exciting, and just really interesting. So if you like mystery and adventure books, I think you really like this one. If you've read The Da Vinci Code or even seen the movie, it is similar in the feel of it, in the fast-paced, exciting nature of the book. So I think if you've liked that kind of story, that you'd really like this one. So there you go. That's what I have for today. I realized that because we got such a late start with all the technical difficulties this morning, we're running out of time a little bit. So let's do it this way. If you have any other questions, bring them tomorrow. I'll be here again on YouTube Live bright and early, 8 a.m. Hopefully, no difficulties. We will also be having our Google Meet today. According to the Twitter poll, where the activity that won is color and chill music. So I'll send out some coloring pages for us to use in the Google Meet, I think. Or I might send them out on Twitter. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll get some coloring pages to do. I'll provide the chill music. We'll be in Google Meet. I won't be recording these ones, mostly because it's not like information that you need to have and need to rewatch. And that makes it so that I don't have to find royalty-free music, because if I record it and post it anywhere, I would want to make sure that I'm following all the laws and whatever. But if we're just in a Google Meet, I can play whatever music I want and it'll be fine. So we'll do that later today. Seniors, I really recommend Hamlet's a great play. I'm not sure which version of it they're watching, um, but I put the link in the Canvas announcement in the AP Literature class. I'm sure you'll have friends who are there in that Google Meet. That's where I'm going to go next after this too. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Um, and I will see you back here again tomorrow. Always remember who you are, what you represent, and to share your Mustang pride. Bye, guys.